All right, if you're watching this video, that's because you're a dad with high energy kids. You're looking to lose at least 20 pounds of belly fat, put on some lean muscle, and do it in a sustainable way in 180 days or less, utilizing our FAST method, right? And you know that if we don't get you those results, you don't pay. Now, we're going to do this without cutting carbs, without rebounding back, yo-yoing and cycling, skipping meals, and we're going to do it all in less than 5 hours a week. So before we get started, my name is Brian Scuderi, and I'm going to show you exactly how I help my client Aaron lose 52 pounds and achieve a body that he hasn't seen since he was a teenager. Now, just really quickly, this was the picture of what he looked like when he first got started. We started implementing the FAST method, right? I wanted you to know he wasn't born with like freak genetics here. He's not one of those guys that can, eat a pizza and then wake up skinnier the next day. He's 265 pounds here, 212 pounds here. Lots more muscle. You could just see it in his stomach. You could see it in his shoulders. So who this is for, right? If you're looking to lose 20 to 40 pounds of body fat, you want to drop the love handles, you want to keep it off sustainably while packing on some lean muscle at the same time and do it in a way that you hold on to forever, this is for you. Maybe you're sick of yo-yo dieting. When it comes to looking like you did in high school and college, you know that you need a simple, realistic, and proven blueprint for your busy as fuck life, right? You need something that's going to fit into your lifestyle versus you having to fit your life into a program. You're looking for a program that fits into your life. Maybe you've tried it all. If you're anything like me, I did 4-Hour Body. I joined Orange Theory. I tried training for a marathon. I bought Factor meals. I did Nutrisystem. Everything under the sun. I went keto, carnivore. I even tried vegan. That lasted for like 3 days. You're tired of the restrictive diets. Okay, you need something realistic and proven. You've done it all, right? Well, I'm telling you right now, even if you've done it all, we can get you great results because it's not genetics. Maybe you know that you have more to give to your family. Right? You're coming home at the end of the day and you're just exhausted. You're tired, right? Maybe you want to excel in your career. You got more to give at work, right? You're passionate about what you do, but you're just so tired. You're just energetically off that you're just not getting the results that you want with your business or your career. Deep down, you know you have more potential to turn into your highest and best self, but you know that you just need some guidance and some accountability to get there. And that's going to be the fastest way for you to get there. This is all for you. And who this is not for is the guys who are stuck in the old school Arnold way of getting ripped, right? You want those raw eggs and rocky diet. This is definitely not for you, right? If you want to go into the gym for an hour and a half, like exit stage left, brother. I'm not for you. If you're looking to lose record amounts of weight in a very short period of time, like you got a wedding coming up in 4 weeks and you don't really care about anything other than just like losing 25 pounds before the wedding, you're not looking for a repeatable, sustainable system that's going to keep you sub 15% body fat, you can just click right out of this video. Right? If you're not ready to commit to 2 to 5 hours a week in the gym or at home doing bodyweight exercises, this is not for you. You're not going to get anywhere with 10-minute workouts, 15-minute workouts, 5-minute abs, and none of that BS you've seen on magazine covers. This is going to take real work. Okay? This is going to take a change. Frankly put, if you don't believe that there's more for you to become, if you're not ready to grow as a man, as a father, join a community of other men that are all pushing each other, you're not ready to stick to a program for 6 months, it's definitely not for you, right? But if you want radical change, this is for you. We're going to talk about some hard truths though, okay? Nobody talks about this stuff. You absolutely can be jacked, okay? You can eat foods that you enjoy. Last Friday, I have a six-pack, by the way, and I'm not saying that to brag, but just to kind of put into perspective, and you'll see in the next couple photos here, like how in shape I am. I had 4 slices of pizza last Friday, right? Like you can have foods that you can enjoy. Even with your abs showing, right? You can have big, broad shoulders. You can have a nice, full chest without spending more than 5 hours a week in the gym. And you can do it in a way that's sustainable and repeatable. The only reason that dads don't is because they're constantly trying to find the quick fixes. They're like, oh, I'm going to go keto and I'm going to lose 100 pounds in the next 90 days. It's like, dude, why would you want to radically do that in 90 days? Because it's just like a rubber band. If you stretch it really fast and then you let go really fast, i.e. being on a diet for 90 days and then off a diet for 90 days, you're just going to snap back into old habits. You're going to put the weight all back on. But you know that. You've yo-yoed plenty of times before. So stop trying to look for quick BS hacks and tricks. What you need is simplified nutrition, quality efficient exercise, and to utilize the FAST method versus some quick fix shortcut approach. But I'm not going to let that happen to you. That's why you're here, right? So there's no such thing as not having enough time. Okay? It's a priority issue. Yes, I understand that you have kids. I have kids. Yes, I understand that you work a lot. I work a lot. I run my own business, man. Like if you think I work 10 hours a week, you're kidding yourself. I work like 50 or 60 hours a week. Even though I do this fitness thing full time, I probably work more hours than you do. And yet I still have time. It's a priority issue. But you know that though, because for the last 5 to 10 years, maybe even 15 or 20 years, you've put your career, you've put everybody else, your coworkers, your boss, your manager, your employees, your wife, your kids, you put them all before you. And now every morning you look in the mirror and you see what putting yourself last has done. So it's not about not having enough time. It's about making you a priority again. Because if you want to be the best father, you want to be the best husband, you want to show up for the best for your employees, your coworkers, your manager, your business, your career, you have to be at 100%. You can't give 100% if you're not 100%. So we're going to reprioritize here. And there's no more of that bullshit, like, oh, that worked for him, but it won't work for me. Look, genetics, people always bring up genetics. Do you know what the genetic variability that you are to like a bodybuilder? Okay, someone who like does take steroids, right? Yeah, there's some genetic freaks out there. It's like 0.25%. So sure, their genetics are better by 0.25%. So you should realistically be able to get 99.75% of the results that they have. Maybe you don't want to do steroids and maybe you don't want to be 2% body fat, but I'm just trying to use that as a point to illustrate genetics is a freaking joke, okay? The fact of the matter is though, unlike a bodybuilder, to get ripped, shredded, jacked, whatever you want, whatever verbiage you want to use, you do not have to dedicate your life to fitness to be fit. Again, it's about having a program that fits into your life, not about trying to fit your life into a program. You already have a career. You already have kids. You already have a wife. You have a life that you love. You have a house, vacations. You don't want to be a bodybuilder. You're not trying to walk on stage in the next 180 days. You're just trying to look good, feel good, bring back the confidence, and be more present when you're with your friends and your family. So no matter what at your barbecue, your buddy at your barbecue said, you don't need crazy good genetics. You don't need anything that's outside of what's already present in your life for you to feel amazing and to become the dad that you're meant to be. But if you want to become an unbreakable dad, unlock your greatest potential as a father, I'm going to show you step by step how to avoid the pitfalls that every guy falls into, because I fell into them. It took me 3 years to lose 40 pounds. Now I have guys losing 50 pounds in 6 months. I know where all the pitfalls are. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how I help my client lose all of the unwanted belly fat that he tacked on year over year since graduating college. Now he does yard work shirtless. He goes mountain biking with his family and his friends, and he doesn't wear a shirt. He's so proud of who he is that he's just exuding confidence, right? How to lose 20 to 50 pounds in the next 180 days to keep it off. I'm going to show you how to do that, right? And then, of course, how to get all these amazing results while eating food you enjoy and spending less than 5 hours a week in the gym. But the reason Unbreakable Dad started was because, like I said, for 3 years, it took me 3 years to lose 40 pounds. And this was me back in 2018 winning the #1 sales trophy, right, for a direct sales company that I was a division manager for. This is my sales team back here. It's the president of the company right there. It's my dad. It's my mom. Everyone was super proud of me. But you see that tux? You see that tux? I bought that tux that morning. Now, that's an important factor here, because when I bought that tux, it was because the one that I wore to this banquet the year previous no longer fit. In the same year that I bought a house, had a kid, married my wife, checked all the boxes for being a man, I also put on 40 pounds. I had the biggest financial successful year of my life. My business grew the most, and yet I also put on the most amount of weight. And every morning, I would make eye contact with a body that I wasn't proud of. I was 240 pounds at 6'3". And now this is me back in 2018, right after this picture. Now, no one would say that I was necessarily obese. Some of you guys would be like, wow, I wish I looked like that. It's like, dude, no, you don't. Because what came along this was being exhausted. What came along this was low libido. I had just married my wife and we weren't even having sex every week because I didn't feel 100% confident in my body anymore. And over the course of the next 3 years, I learned how to look like this. And now I teach guys how to look like this in 6 months. Okay? So I saw a need. Me and all my friends were all trying things like keto and Weight Watchers and carnivore and intermittent fasting and OMAD. And we were just yo-yoing constantly. I mean, me and my buddy Corey, I swear, we're best friends. We've known each other since high school. We lost the same 20 pounds like 4 or 5 times, right? And because I'm so passionate about helping men build an unbreakable life through fitness and nutrition as like a meta habit, I believe it's the key to unlocking your greatest potential, right? By having your health dialed in, you're a better father, you're a better friend, you're a better employee, or you're a better business owner, you're a better manager, you're a better whatever. Whatever it is, you're better because you're fit, right? I saw that need, especially with dads. And I really connected with them because when I had my daughter, I realized, just like you did, that my life is no longer my own. I have to be here for a long time. And not only that, I have to be a great example. And so I built the FAST method to help dads. It is the playbook that has helped busy dads that takes 7 years of my experience and condenses it into 6 months, implemented into over 100 of my clients' lives, getting them amazing physique changes in just 180 days. And now I'm going to unveil it to you right now, right? The following is a step-by-step guide on what I did and what my clients currently do to accomplish these results in just 180 days. The FAST method is an acronym, okay? Foundations, Accelerate, Stasis, and Thrive. Over the course of 180 days, my clients move through 4 different phases. The first one being the foundations phase. It's 1 to 21 days, depending on where somebody's at. If somebody's already working out or already got like a little bit of results, maybe they only need to lose like 20 pounds, right? It'll be about 7 days. For my guys that have never worked out before, they've never picked up a weight, like Aaron. Aaron had never worked out a day in his life, never thought about nutrition. Okay, he just worked his ass off and he built a great remodeling business. But the thing is that I can't just take 7 days of data. I need 21 days of data with that person. So what we do with the foundations phase is we get the body primed for fat loss. See, there's certain things that you have to do to get your body to even feel ready to lose weight, to even allow it to lose weight. And you know this because you've tried to throw stuff up at the wall and you'll lose 2 or 3 pounds and then it won't lose any more weight. Why? Because it wasn't primed. Okay. We want to also develop some food awareness. We want to diagnose exactly where somebody's at. See, the way the foundations phase works is just like Google Maps. If you were to type in my address here in New Jersey, it would pinpoint me directly, but it would never give you turn-by-turn directions unless it knew where you were. So we want to get a really good feel on where you're at. So when we move you into the accelerate phase, we know there's no guesswork. There's no throwing stuff up on the wall and being like, let's try this. I hope this works. Right? Which is what you've probably done a million times. Oh, 4-hour body. I hope this works. Ooh, keto. I hope this works. Ooh, carnivore. I hope this works. Ooh, vegan. I hope this works. Ooh, meal delivery service. I hope this works. Ooh, Orange Theory. You get the picture? We want to stop guessing. We want to just get results. That's it. That's what, when we move people into the accelerate phase, it's 100 days. That's it. Okay. We lose 1 to 2% of our body weight per week. For my guys that are like above 250, we're talking about 2.5 to 4 pounds of body fat per week. For my guys below 250, we're looking at 1.5 to 2 pounds per week. We do it that way so that way it's sustainable. You incorporate some good foods, right? Like you can have a little bit of fun. I'm from New Jersey, bro. Like pizza's a religion over here. You're telling me like I think my wife would divorce me if I told her I'm never going to eat pizza again. You kidding? So we want to be able to incorporate some of the foods so that way it doesn't feel like a diet. It feels like a lifestyle. We want to install some daily habits here to get the body to shed off 1 to 2%. We're going to increase the volume at the gym, right? We're going to use a little bit lighter weights here. I would operate, if I was you, in the 12 to 15 rep range. Okay, just we're not focused on building muscle. You'll build muscle by default, but it's not the focus. The focus is fat loss, and we want to focus on muscle retention. And we get creative in decreasing food calories through volume eating. I'll give you a great example of this, okay? If you have a Snickers bar, it's 260 calories. Something like that. I don't know if that's perfect, right? 260 something calories. Well, do you want to know how many blueberries you would have to eat 260 calories of blueberries? I want to say it's about 500 grams. Like, by the way, that's like almost a pound of blueberries. I mean, here's my challenge for you. Go eat 200 grams of blueberries and tell me you're not feeling full. Not only that, you'll have more energy than after a Snickers bar anyways. Now, there's so many different fat loss methods out there, right? You got V-Shred, there's a new fitness coach popping up on Instagram every other week, right? I've been doing this for years, but hey, they just say, I'm a fitness coach. I can help you lose 20 or 40 pounds. Cool. But what happens afterwards? Every one of their clients just puts the weight back on. And that's where we separate ourselves. See, I never want my clients to put weight back on ever again. And that's why we have the stasis phase. So we teach the skills of maintenance. We teach their body subconsciously that this is the new normal. We want to start to change the self-image. We start to implement different mental models, ways of thinking. So that way our body creates a new homeostasis, which primes the body for muscle growth at this new lower body fat percentage. We do this for about 14 to 20 days. It doesn't take long, right? Because you start to see it in the mirror. You start to see your abs in the mirror. Your shoulders start looking good. Your chest starts looking good. And you believe like, hey, this is the new me. We teach you how to actually stay there. We don't just go, all right, man. Hey, whoa, it was fun. You lost 40 pounds. Congrats, bro. Like, catch you later. Good luck. No, we carry with you to turn this into a lifestyle. And the way that we turn this into a lifestyle is in the Thrive phase. So this is 2 to 3 months, 60 to 90 days, where we actually increase your food. You will end the program heavier than at the end of your fat loss phase. And that's a very strategic thing. We want to put on muscle because when you have more muscle, you look better at higher body weights. Like nobody wants to be a skinny fat version of himself. Like you want the broad shoulders, you want the arms, you want the chest. So you got to put some muscle on. So we gain about 0.5 pound a week of 100% muscle. Your body fat percentage doesn't change because we do it in a very strategic way. We actually lower the volume so you're working out less. So it's actually less time in the gym, but higher intensity, right? And I'll walk you through the case study here with Aaron. We're going to increase food purposely, right? We're not just going to start tacking in candy and sweets and ice cream and all that other stuff. We're going to strategically increase the food. And that's going to allow you to start to set PRs in all the exercises. Each phase is predicated off 3 principles: exercise, nutrition, and routine. And here's how we actually implemented it into Aaron's already hectic life. We focused on the 3 principles: exercise, nutrition, and routine. Let's actually define these real fast before we go into it. Okay? Exercise, weightlifting, cardio, intensity in the gym, tempo, actually developing skills in the gym. Nutrition, understanding macros so you can have flexible dieting strategies, right? If it fits your macros, you can eat it, right? Understanding grocery shopping, how to do that effectively. Quick meal prep. I teach one of my, all my clients, you shouldn't be spending more than 60 minutes meal prepping. Like you don't have the time to spend more than 60 minutes meal prepping, right? Some of my guys get it done in like 45 minutes. And of course we walk them through on-the-go choices as well. And then you need routines. If you want different results, you have to create different inputs. So implementing a stronger morning routine, waking up earlier, priming the mind for the day ahead. You have to be able to walk into life intentionally, and that is part of being an unbreakable dad. So let's talk about what we did with Aaron. So we just got him settled into the routine. We didn't go 0 to 100. We started with a few key factors here, like rehydrating. We got him to about 1.5 gallons a day, right? We did lower weights, higher volume to stimulate muscle retention, right? Get the body into a point where it's like, it's actually exercising and burning calories, increasing his metabolism. We just followed the foundations outline. Straight sets, time rest periods, no supersets, no crazy circuits. He wasn't walking out of the gym feeling completely overwhelmed, okay? Then we moved him in with the foundations phase, with the nutrition side of things. We just focused on tracking food and following maintenance macros. He actually did not feel hungry at all for the first 3 weeks, okay? And we just created consistency. We installed the habit infrastructures, and we got the body to the point where he was primed for fat loss. Now, the cool part is he actually lost weight, okay? And he started to see his stomach shrinking, and he started feeling better, sleeping better, feeling more confident, right? Having more energy. Even though he wasn't dropping weight, but like a ton of weight, he wasn't down 25 pounds in the next 21 days, right? I think he lost like 6 pounds in the first 21 days. Yeah, it's nothing to write home about, but his energy was better. He was sleeping better. His performance at work started to improve. He was excited to come home and play with the kids. And isn't that what this is really about? These were his macros: 220 grams protein, 60 grams of fat, 200 grams of carbs. Once we moved him into the accelerate phase, we knew exactly what we needed to do to shrink his belly. We implemented some low intensity cardio, nothing crazy, slightly lowered macros over time to match his metabolism. Okay, what we do is we adapt the program week over week because your body adapts. How many of you have ever lost weight consistently for 6 weeks and then you just stop? Well, you need to adapt your strategies as your body adapts. Over time, his body, we were training his body to shed fat fast while holding on to all the muscle and priming for muscle growth in the future. These were his macros down here. The stasis phase, okay? We got him in a priming state for 2 weeks. And what this does is this trains the mind and body that this is the new normal, right? We created that new homeostasis. And the goal of this is to achieve perfect priming for maximum muscle growth with no fat gain on the back end. So these are his macros during the stasis phase. This kept him at that 10% body fat that you guys saw. And this was him at the end of his stasis phase. This is him at the end of the thrive phase. Look at the difference there. 0 body fat gain, right? But look at all the muscle. Look at the shoulders. Look at the size of his arms, his chest. Even his rib cage is bigger. He's got more defined abs. He actually got leaner and weighed more. And the way that we did this was we maxed out the 8 to 12 rep range, right? We brought in some serious intensity, started lifting a little bit heavier. His tendons, his shoulders, his elbows were all primed to do that because they just spent the last, 20 weeks or so doing lower weight and higher reps. So they were in a great position to actually pick up some serious weight. And over time, we incrementally increased his macros to take advantage of his prime state for new muscle growth. His top end macros were 220 grams of protein, 55 grams of fat, and 280 grams of carbs. Okay, this moves the body into homeostasis at a healthier and heavier weight. I wanted him to weigh heavier because after losing like 50 some odd pounds, like this wasn't 100% healthy for him. And so we create a bit of a Nike swoosh, right? We go past where we want to end and gain weight on the back end. Because when we have more muscle, we look leaner at higher body weights. When we have more muscle, we can eat more calories. When we have more calories to play with, we have more flexibility. And we were incorporating 2 to 3 fun like treat meals a week. He was going out on Friday and Saturday nights, eating whatever he wanted. Okay. But with some quality movement selection, focus on form and compound movements, a minimum reduction in cardio, this is the magic that can happen. The FAST method is designed to effortlessly and sustainably melt body fat in your gut, love handles, and regrow the muscle, right? To fill out your physique in 180 days or less. Okay. With Aaron, he loved the results and how he felt looking in the mirror every morning that he just never stopped. Okay. For him, being able to have amazing energy to bring home after work, the confidence at the beach, or swim lessons with his son was worth the journey and then some. These changes inevitably became the sustainable foundation that dads use to keep their physique for the rest of their life. As this is no joke. And while the physique is cool, while this is a great, and he loves the way that he looks, what really matters is the fact that he was more present with his kids. He was more present coming home. He was more excited to go into work. He had more energy in the morning, right? He was having better and quality conversations and feeling more connected with his wife. I'm sure the bedroom improved too, although I never really asked him because I didn't really have to. I could just kind of tell with the sparkle in his eye, right? But now that you know exactly how the FAST method works, I have an offer for you. Okay. Look, if you're a dad with unwanted body fat, after years of packing it on, you've put everything else first, your career, the yard, your kids, your family, everyone else before you. And now every morning you make eye contact with what you being the lowest priority on the totem pole looks like. Maybe you're tired of it. Maybe you're a father of young kids. You just want to be able to keep up with them in the backyard, right? Like you feel guilty that you're just kind of sitting there and watching them play versus being 100% present in their life. Or you're a new or expecting dad. Maybe you want to get a head start, right? And you're looking to give more than just the crumbs of your energy after work. Build a body that keeps you present while you're on vacation. Like you're tired of like floating up to the pool and, up to your neck to hide the body, or keeping your shirt on, or like you're having those thoughts about like, how do I look right now when you're on vacation at an all-inclusive resort, when it's like, dude, you should just be focused on your kids, right? You should just be focused on your family. But having a body that you're proud of and that you're excited about gives you that. The ultimate gift in this world is presence. That's what your kids want. And what it takes is for you to be happy and secure in your body. It doesn't mean you have to be ripped. It just means that you have to be happy and secure in your body. Maybe you want to get to sub 15% body fat and look great with your shirt off. Maybe that is the motivating factor for you. Maybe you just want to have the healthiest and strongest body you've ever had. Maybe you've never worked out before, right? And you're just looking to get to the point where maybe you realize, right, you're 41, you've never worked out before, you're not feeling as strong as you used to, you're doing stuff around the house and like yard work's becoming tedious, right? Carrying stuff up the stairs, you're finding yourself out of breath, right? You know that you need to be strong to provide and protect for your family, right? I will personally help you lose 20 to 50 pounds in a sustainable way and grow 4 to 8 pounds of lean muscle in the next 180 days or less utilizing the FAST method. And if you do not lose at minimum 20 pounds while going through my program, I will refund you. And I do that because I want every single one of our clients to know that we are equally as invested into their results as they are. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and book a call using the link below. Or maybe you're watching this video because you already booked a call. Then come in with your questions. Based on everything that we talked about here, I know that when we have our customization call, right, and I sit down with you for 45 minutes and we build out exactly what your program looks like, you will see exactly how we're going to help you lose 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I've had clients that have lost 85 pounds using the FAST method system. You're going to finally realize that, like, the answer's out there. There's a lid for every pot, brother. I promise you. And just because you have a crazy career, multiple kids, a wild lifestyle, I get it. No 2 weeks as a dad are the same. So you can't go into the world, go into a fat loss journey thinking that having these hyper restrictive models where you're only allowed to do a very strict set of things is going to be the way that you're going to live a healthy and sustainable life for forever. What you need is a flexible, sustainable strategy that you don't have to fit your life into, but that fits into your life. So looking forward to having our conversation. If you're watching this video on any other platform, go ahead to the link in the description, click wherever you need to click to book a call. And I'm excited to have a conversation with you and just to see if we're 100% heck yes to work together.